What's going on, family? My beautiful conscious family. Soulful Brody back at it. Now, today, I hope I could do this video justice. I wanted to talk about harnessing your male energies as well as your female energies. And I feel like a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. They see me as a male and be like, Brody, you only have your male energy. Well, that is not true. No matter what gender you are, you have both a female part of you and a male part of you. The female part of you is represented by your right brain, which goes along the lines of creativity and artistry and feeling, whereas your male side is your left brain, which goes on instinctual things, factual things, a lot of competitive drives, survival instincts along those lines. Now, when I say this, both are good, both are equally valued as the other. However, with that being said, today's world is male dominant. Like, you hear the saying, this is a man's world. Well, it is. And that's from a man telling you that. It is a male dominant world for the fact that everybody uses 90% of their left brain, their male-sided brain. When you start to think about the things that I said, the traits that I said that comes with it, you start to realize why society is in the state that it's in right now. When we are all male-brained, we are all focused on survival way too much, competition way too much, growth way too much. Hence why we have countries and we feel like we want to be the best country. We want to be number one all the time, when really we're all one. We are all the same. I dream of a world with 0 countries, 0 religions, because we are not using our right brain, our female brain, enough to understand that we are one and it's not a competition. I get so passionate about this stuff because a lot of people don't know what I am talking about. With that being said, going back to ancient times, I'm talking ancient times, like, you could do your research on this, you can call bullshit on this, whatever. But one of the very first cities, or first cultures, the first colonies was the Atlanteans. And these people were predominantly female-brained, meaning all they had was feel. They had no intuition, no survivability, no drive to beat somebody or anything. They were basically 12-year-olds living on the earth and thriving, actually, to a certain extent, because like I said, you need both to harness to reach your highest self. So what happened was, now do your own research, believe what you want, but Martians came from Mars because they were all male-sided brain. And what ended up happening was they ended up destroying their planet, their home planet Mars. Believe it or not, Mars used to be like Earth. Do your own research. But like I said, they came over to our Earth, to Atlantis. And what happens when you have a predominantly male society clashing with a female society? Now, this female society, this Atlanteans, had all of the numbers. They were here. Only a couple Martians came. And with over time, the Martians started to take over. These males started to take over. They have way more competitive, more wanting to win, thinking that is the purpose in life, to win, to have it my way, my egotistical way, because that is right. Because when you're too far male-sided, you become ignorant, kind of like how we are now, which is why a lot of people won't even stop to think. They will just tune you out if it goes against whatever you believe in, whatever you think is right. And it's gonna happen like that. But if you can just listen to different perspectives, use some of your right brain, your female brain, you can understand everything a little bit deeper, get a different perspective on things, you know? So these Martians ended up taking over, and pretty soon there was no female brains left. And you look back all the way back then, and you look back to now and how far we've came, and you see how it adds up. What I mean by this is, this world is so money hungry, so power hungry, because we think that that is the most important thing in our lives. And a lot of it is due to how we were brought up, because we were taught these things. We were taught we have to make enough money to survive, which is good. Don't get me wrong, we need our male brain too. If we don't have our male brain, we would be wiped out just like the Atlanteans were. So you need to have that survivability, to understand what you need to survive, to have that little bit of competitiveness, that drive, a little bit narrow-mindedness, just for the fact that you can get to your goal fast. With that being said, we have way too much of it, and we are not feeling. We are losing our sense of feel. When we expand our female consciousness, we begin to feel. We begin to act like a kid again. We begin to be creative. We begin to be artsy. You know, I am a very artsy person. I love making music. I love appreciating just any art form, because art is anything that moves you. And that is just so special to me. So, where we are now, being male dominant, a lot of people will understand a certain thing. Let's just use an example. Spirituality. Very general, very broad spirituality, what it means to be spiritual. You can look at this video as an informational video. You can look at thousands of other videos, think about what it means to be spiritual. And if you study that enough, you might say you're spiritual, because you understand the concepts of it. You understand what I'm talking about. You can put definitions to words. But what it truly means is to feel it, you know? To use that female side to feel it, not just understand it. You want to, instead of understanding it, you want to understand it deep down within you. And that is truly beautiful. Like, you can look up meditation videos, breath work videos, understanding all the chakra systems. But until you actually go forth and do it, you won't understand it fully. You won't grasp it fully. So that's what's cool about expanding our female knowledge. Like, oh man, I hope I'm doing this justice for y'all. But I encourage you guys to get out and do something. I say this in my other video. Get out and do something you regret, or that you think is hard every day. Because that's when the real learning happens. It's great to understand it. It's great to take this knowledge and understand what I'm saying, and do your own research on it, and use that male side of your brain to understand it. But truly feel it. Truly feel it. The female energy is curvy. The female energy is water. The female energy is adaptable. Why are women so curvy? Got that hourglass figure. Men are very straight and narrow and focused, and body shape's boxy a little straight. I'm not knocking either one. Both are beautiful. But you start to see where it comes from. And females are using their their left brain too. This isn't just a knock on the men, because the way society has brought us all up, we only think about competition, and we think about being the best, and we should all just be doing what we feel inside. Anyway, man, I hope I got all my points across that I wanted to. There's probably something I'm missing that I'll regret, but regardless, keep taking care of yourself. Keep meditating, keep eating right, keep getting through this coronavirus. Take this and do something you didn't want to do. Do something new that you are scared of. Make a YouTube channel. Expand this conscious community a little bit. Every little bit helps. I'm losing my ego to keep all this in for myself. I could have all this information that I'm feeling and that I'm processing and keep it to myself and watch myself grow, but I want to see all of you guys grow as well. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm about to sign off. Soulful Brody once again. Peace.